evening, Robert.
Mr. Wiltz, how we doing
I
tonight?
am doing well.
Mr. Platt, could you take roll call, please?
Mayor Brandt?
Here.
President Capabianco? Absent. Vice President Skrobak?
Here.
Mr. Bull? Here. Mrs. DiDomenico? Absent. Mrs. Haynes?
Here.
Mr. McCleary?
Here.
Mrs. Sweeney?
Here.
Chief McKeown?
Here.
Mr. Wiltz?
Here.
And the remaining professional staff and our junior counsel are excused this evening.
Good evening, everyone. The purpose of this evening's special meeting, which has been duly advertised in the Delaware County Daily Times, is for Borough Council to consider, discuss, and take action upon certain personnel matters that have recently arisen in the borough and widely publicized in the news media. The Parkside Borough Council is deeply concerned about the allegations raised in the criminal complaint filed by the Delaware County District Attorney's Office. These allegations, if proven true, represent serious violations of the public trust. Mr. Capabianco has recently submitted to the borough a letter of resignation, resigning from his position as a member of the Parkside Borough Council. It is fully expected that Borough Council will vote to accept his resignation and take other affirmative steps to address these issues at this evening's meeting. Because this matter remains an active criminal proceeding, the borough will respectfully reserve further comment at this time. With those prefatory remarks, the borough will now entertain a call to citizens for any comments related to agenda-related items. Again, we respectfully request that public comments be limited to 3 minutes per speaker. With that, is there anyone who wishes to address Borough Council, again, on agenda-related items? At the conclusion of this meeting, there will be a second opportunity to address Borough Council.
On your agenda, you have motions to cancel a WEX gas card. Is that the WEX gas card that's on the financial reports for the borough or the one for the firehouse expenses?
That WEX gas card is related to the borough's use of certain vehicles and certain alleged use by Mr. Capabianco with regard to personal gas consumption.
Is that one also used by our police department?
There is a separate card, as I understand, that is used by our police department. Is that correct, Chief?
Each vehicle is assigned its own card.
Okay. And then the BMO credit card that's on there, what's that and why is it being canceled?
Again, there are concerns about improper use of that particular credit card as well. And so out of abundance of caution, Borough Council is also taking proactive action to cancel that card.
So if you find further misuse of that card, will additional charges be placed?
Again, this is an active criminal investigation, as
Right.
I indicated. And
Okay.
as the district attorney's office has indicated. So we continue to remain under the microscope, and that is a good thing.
Why was that BMO credit card issued and who had access to it?
Again, at this point, I think we're going to defer further questions on that. Again, that continues to be part of our criminal investigation. Again, I don't want to say or do anything that may adversely impact the district attorney's office case and their undergoing criminal investigation.
All right, I guess my further questions will wait till after. Thank you.
Very well, thank you. Anyone else wish to address our council at this time?
I'd like to remind everyone too, there's 3 minutes on the timer and I didn't set it for you. But there is a 3-minute timer that I will set prior to everyone coming to speak at the podium. Okay. Any further questions?
There being no further questions, at least at this time, we will begin.
Actually, I apologize.
Oh.
You going or no? All right, sorry, I thought he was gonna go, but he changed his mind, so I apologize for the late. I'm just gonna make a quick statement. And a guy, shame on every council member who voted for Nick Capobianco to be our council president and to continue as our code enforcement officer after the ethics committee found that he took taxpayer money. You tried to keep him in the position that allowed him to put gas in his personal car with our neighbors' hard-earned money and put him in charge of the entire borough. Parkside has less than 1,000 households, and our residents do not make a lot of money, so our tax dollars need to be spent responsibly and for the benefit of our borough. I'm sure a lot of us could use a free tank of gas, but we wouldn't steal from our neighbors to buy it. I wonder about all the people who stood in front of me to defend Nick as an honorable person. Do they feel betrayed now that he has been arrested and charged with felonies? Shirley Percival presided over council while Nick allegedly stole from our neighbors. Her legacy should be defined by the people she surrounded herself with and how she treated the people who she was supposed to serve. This corruption is exactly why I ran and sat up there for 4 years and endured a ridiculous amount of abuse. We deserve better than what Shirley and her ilk have given us.
Thank you. No one on this council or prior council knew what was going on to do with the WEX cards. And I have been working and being transparent and working along with Chief McKeown and watching videos myself. This is an ongoing investigation, so I'm not going to elaborate any more on that, but I did want to state that. Thank you.
Any other public comments before the Borough Council goes into their affirmative action items? Yes, Judy,
Sorry,
come on up.
yes.
Yes.
Judy Saunders, you don't even have to set that. I'm used to Shirley's egg timer. Here's my thing, and I think going forward, I'm not here to wag a finger. I'm not here to do this. I'm here to say that when Kyle was doing right to know requests, people who are currently on this council and people who were back here where I'm standing vilified her, smeared her, called her names, said that she was harassing when she wasn't. When she found things that were unethical, you excused it away. He's volunteering. He's a good guy. That's just a thing. There was COVID money, so why shouldn't he get his piece of the pie? Everybody knew this was coming down the pike. To act like we're shocked and shaken that somebody who was unethical 2 years ago has continued to be so after you give him all the keys to the kingdom, I'm sorry, that's beyond naive. What I'm going to ask going forward for this is that you understand that as residents, as citizens, It's not only our right to question you, it's our duty to oversee you. You are our elected officials. We are supposed to be keeping an eye on how you're spending our money and what you're doing with our community. That's our job. So when people come to the podium, treat them with respect. Don't wait until they walk away and have your gang all go after them on Facebook or call them names or say the reason that they're doing it is because they don't like the flag hanging in front of someone's house. Something that Nick Capobianco, as code enforcement, told people, and we knew about it, and we still voted him as president. So I expect you to own your votes tonight. I expect you to do better. And when people come here or do right to know requests or ask you what is going on, it is your duty to treat them with the respect they've earned by coming here and doing what their duty as citizens is. Thank you.
I couldn't agree more on what you said about when someone comes to the podium to speak, because I've been on that side and I have been treated unfairly. And when my questions were asked of the council president at that time, I just got to thank you. So I couldn't agree more with being a taxpayer in this town and wanting to keep an eye on things and ask questions and do things. Thank you.
Anyone else wish to address council at this time? All right, with that, council will go into the body of its business.
I would like to make a motion to accept the immediate resignation of Dominic Capobianco as a member of Borough Council.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. I'd like to make a motion to reorganize Borough Council and elect a new council president and vice president. It was not on the agenda, but it is now. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
And with that, under the Pennsylvania Borough Code, the mayor is enshrined and authorized to conduct the reorganization of Borough Council. So we'll now turn the meeting over to the mayor.
Good evening. I would like to know if anyone has nominations for a new council president.
I would like to nominate Councilman Bull for Borough Council President.
I'll accept that nomination.
Needs to be a second.
Second.
Anyone else? All right, we can hold a vote on this.
Bob, you want to do a roll call vote, please, sir?
Mr. Ball? Mrs. DiDomenico? Absent. Mrs. Haynes?
Yes.
Mr. McCleary?
Yes.
Mrs. Skrobak?
Yes.
Mrs. Sweeney?
Yes.
We have 5 yeses.
Mr. Bull is now the duly elected council president. Mayor, I'd ask that you move for nominations for the position of vice president of council.
Absolutely. Do we hear a nomination for our vice president position?
I would like to nominate Theo McCleary for Vice President of Council.
Second.
I accept.
Any other nominations?
And Bob, if you do a roll call vote, please, sir.
Mr. Bull?
Yes.
Mrs. DiDomenico is absent. Mrs. Haynes?
Yes.
Mr. McCleary?
Yes.
Mrs. Skrobak?
Yes.
Mrs. Sweeney?
Yes.
We have 5 yeses.
Theo McCleary is now our duly elected council vice president. And with that, we will now turn the meeting over to our council president, Douglas Bull, to conduct further business.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor to serve as your council president. I look forward to doing it with all the integrity that the office provides and that my Boy Scout oath and motto has given us the chance to review weekly for the last, 20 years or so of my life. It will be pretty much an open seat that everybody has a voice. It's always been that way with me. I've been a borough outsider for my entire tenure on council, so I plan on including others in the conversation. The borough report will be brief, as I only knew I'd be council president 4.5 minutes ago. We do have some issues. Previous to this meeting, we had an executive session to discuss personal issues. There was nothing resolved, anything like that. It was just to have open communication about tonight's meeting. I have a couple motions to amend towards the end of it, but we do have a few housekeeping items. First on the order is the chair will entertain a motion to cancel the borough's Sunoco Wex gas card with the account ending in 6973.
Second.
No, there's so moved and then a second.
Okay, so moved.
Second, are you recording this?
I got it.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you so much. Motion carries. It appears to be unanimous. Number 2, or B as it stands, a motion to cancel the borough's BMO bank credit card account ending in number 3885. Chair will entertain a motion. Come on, people, help me
So
out.
moved.
Yes?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
It was a weak unanimous consent, but I believe we'll go with it. Yes?
Works
got
for me. Works for me.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll move on to C. Motion to bar entry for Dominic Capobianco into the administrative offices and police department of the Borough Municipal Building and garages pending disposition of all criminal charges. Chair,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It appears to be conclusive. Motion to remove Dominic Capobianco as a signer on all borough financial accounts. The chair will entertain that motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. E, motion to ratify the resecuring of the borough municipal building and garage by rekeying all external locks. The chair will entertain that motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you so much. The chair will entertain a motion to authorize the borough treasurer to formulate recommendations for council's consideration and adoption for additional internal financial controls and monetary record-keeping protocols. Chair will entertain that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Since there was no questions on that, we do have very robust protocols. The issues that took place literally within a month of them taking place, 2 months later, there's been criminal indictments, everything's taken place. So I give a lot of accommodations to the chief. He worked hard on that as far as making sure that the borough's finances were protected. I will have a couple recommendations, so I don't believe that this will be an expensive motion that carries to add to the treasurer's responsibilities, but I'll put that under questions. Moving along, a motion to place notice of, oh, there we go.
Did we vote on that? Bob, did we vote on that?
Oh, which one?
The,
Yeah,
for
we
the-
got an aye, we got ayes, that passed.
Fine.
And then I just added a small amount of commentary, so my apologies for not doing it under questions. You know what this. So for G, we will have, the chair will entertain a motion to place a notice of council member vacancy on the borough's website and to advertise for all interested candidates. By law, I believe we have 15 days to fill this seat. As soon as we start getting these in,
Technically, Borough Council has 30 days to fill the vacancy. We will place a notice on the borough's website, on the Borough Municipal Building to the door as early as tomorrow. I will prepare that notice and send it out first thing to our Borough Secretary. We will meet, our next meeting will be 2 weeks from this evening, right? Wednesday, April the 15th, right? Tax time with the IRS, but we will be meeting that evening. It is expected that Borough Council could fill that vacancy as early as April the 15th. Again, those interested can submit a letter of interest, probably a resume as well will be helpful. And at that point, Borough Council will make a decision at the April 15th monthly meeting.
the chair will entertain a motion. to fill the vacancy board.
Second.
We got Theo,
Theo, yeah.
and so, all right, perfect. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. I need your small amount of patience. I would like to make a motion to amend the agenda to add 3 items. I'll read over the items, then we'll make the motion to amend. Once we get the approval to amend the motion, then we will go over the action items. First motion will be to entertain the proposal that we received to fix the foundation. So we've had profound settlement in the foundation. This has been a legitimate issue with the borough for a short, well, it got pretty bad pretty quick. So none of the doors in the middle of the building are opening. We've had a pipe break, there was a flood and things of that nature. That's going to be the first part of it. And the second will be to entertain a motion to direct Mr. Capobianco to return all borough purchased equipment to fulfill the duties of code enforcement. And I believe there was a third, but I don't see it right this second. So
Motion, we were gonna direct the letter to Mr. Capobianco authorizing.
yeah, I got it.
Oh.
That was that first one.
Oh.
So 2 items. The chair will entertain a motion to amend the agenda for the April 1st special council meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you so much. I would like to move on to accept the proposal from Ernell Company for the repairs for the installation of 7 vertical helical piles and well, there's a whole lot of engineering jargon on here. The installation of 7 vertical helical piles to support the foundation in the center of the building with a total estimate of $30,880 to be taken care of as soon as possible. Chair will entertain a motion.
Second.
I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you so much. That's carrying for the borough building. The second point of order will be the chair will entertain a motion to direct Mr. Capobianco or to draft a letter to direct Mr. Capobianco to return all borough purchased equipment for the use of code enforcement.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you so much. I appreciate the help with doing the business today. At this time, we'll do a call to citizens for agenda-related items.
No.
None.
Will be non-agenda related items. So, again, if anyone has any additional
Non-agenda.
comments.
Whoa. It's on page 2.
Hi, me again. You all know my name. Pretty famous around here. I just have some questions like for the credit card statements, what's the policy? Like who reviews the statements when they come in before they're paid?
Well, that was a protocol that went directly to our treasurer's office, and I would see the bulk sums. So it would go through our treasurer's. It would go from whatever department head it was to essentially the treasurer's office, and we implemented a credit card a couple years ago. I was not interested in doing it, but a lot of people need things from Amazon. A lot of people need, in working this type of thing. So it would go to the treasurer's office and then be drafted. So I would see the check, the statement, but just basically the check. So if it was $345 and there was a couple things that said, hey, we're getting, a code this, or we're getting, a sign for the police department or something like that. There was nothing that fell perfectly outside of a reasonable oversight. So the sad part about this whole situation, and not to say anything, it all fell under what would be normal integrity. There was just a small amount of the tide that just kind of pushed in the wrong direction. So I beat myself up a little bit because I love finding these things. But
Same.
you know what I mean? Like, it was just one of those things, but it was just under the radar. But as soon as it popped up, but you can see, it was handled as far as that. So the credit card, just to ensure that it's not saved in somebody's, what do they call that on Amazon? Yeah, I don't know.
The wallet.
The wallet, yeah, just to ensure that it's not saved in the wallet, that's why we wanted to shut it down, as far as that goes, so.
So when you talk about establishing more strict internal controls, will that include like council actually seeing these statements so you can question those line items on credit card
I mean,
statements?
council's always been able to see all the bills, everything like that. It's always been 100%. Every council at every meeting has made a motion to pay the bills based off of our bill sheet.
Right, but like
Any
you see like
question?
line items, because I see those, they're on the website.
Right.
Does which of you actually go pull the bill and look at it, like line by line, to see what's been charged? Have any of you ever done that?
No, I didn't. We didn't know.
Okay. What about the Home Depot credit card? Because I see that we pay a lot for the Home Depot credit card. Who's monitoring that?
We look at it, it does get expensive, but there are so many things that between the police side, cleaning and things like that. So there has been a number of times where I was like, hey, what's this? And every single time it was like, went here, bought trash bags and a mop because the room flooded and things like that. It still comes down to an integrity. As far as that, there are proper oversights. Every year we have a financial analysis done by an outside auditing company. And they make a nice amount of money for what they do. We also pay a financial, a treasurer, we pay Brinker Simpson a lot of money to be that. We're all here to support the borough and work as far as that goes, but there's no thought that we should be the head financial or the head this. So, and the sad part about this whole thing is it was just a super thin line right across the top. And the auditors missed it the first 2 or 3 times. The Brinker Simpson missed it a few times. And when we got it, we got it.
Is there any intention of maybe you have this, like an asset management policy where like if you're buying tools from Home Depot, you're tracking them so you know that somebody's not buying themselves tools to take home? Like all the borough property is guarded and managed?
Yeah, the roadmaster does a really nice job of keeping task on all that. And it has always come to council if it was going to be anything that was more than basic operating maintenance things, like when we bought a lawn tractor, when we bought those sort of things, those all come with the receipt. And Ryan does a great job with saying, I talked to Niemeyer's, I talked to these people, I talked to these people, and this is the best price, and goes for our recommendation. So nothing that's over, anything that's legitimate equipment, $500 or more, it's fantastic at finding a few different prices and a few things to make sure that the borough has what it needs without. I think he does a great job, and the questions I've asked him, he's always had a legitimate answer for.
Is there a double check on that? I'm not saying that doesn't have integrity. I'm just saying maybe we learn a lesson and there's a second set of eyes for all of the borough's taxpayer money.
You know, and the thought has come up without moving into a draconian part of really just slowing the wheels completely. I entertain the council perhaps having a WhatsApp, so if you go out there and you take a picture of it, you just post it to the WhatsApp, everybody knows what you bought and where it's for, you just put it right in there, the accountants can take care of it. But it's still very early in the process.
Okay. My last question, I'm not sure if you'll be able to answer. The gas card that the firehouse has that we paid the bill for, is anyone checking those purchases to make sure that they were legitimate?
They are being reviewed as we speak.
Okay.
The chief and I have been working together and watching videos on that as well, because I want to know as well, and so Sarah and everyone at the fire company.
Good, that's all I've got. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else have bonuses?
Anthony Fritz, 2915 Vernon Road. I just want to say I want to thank you guys for choosing a new president and vice president. Basically, all I have to say is that, with the new selection of the president and vice president, I feel like we have a good opportunity to right these wrongs and that we can chart a new path, because I wholeheartedly believe that with the right people, we can truly regain the trust of everyone again. So let's try to do our best over time to put this behind us and try our best to move forward in a direction that will be successful, but also very promising for the taxpayers as well as those looking to move and raise their families here. Thank you.
Well said, thank you.
Thank you.
Judy Saunders again. Hi, guys. I'm so tempted right now to do a victory lap, but I'm not going to. I want us to move forward. I want this to be in our rear view. But I think there has to be a lesson learned here that just doesn't answer me with whataboutisms. There was things that were missed, and there were people who came here who sounded the alarm on other stuff that you immediately circled the wagons. You have to be transparent. You have to go forward with the understanding that if people are coming here and giving their time to oversee where their money is being spent, that's their right. Mr. Bull, you know this. You are a numbers guy. So I am sure that you sit and go through your bank statements or your credit card statements with a fine-tooth comb. This is our money. It's not yours. It's ours. And if we're here to figure out where it's going or why there's fake invoices or whatever, for us to be treated as though we aren't doing community or unity when the same people that are at this podium have volunteered for decades before any of you appeared on the scene, it's not fair. So what I would like from this council is that going forward, you are going to make some sort of statement where you understand that citizens have the right to question you and that you will treat them with respect when they do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I understand that citizens have a right to question me, and I will respect them when they do.
Does anyone else wish to address the council?
Oh, please.
No, I'm sorry.
Please. No one else? I assume there's a motion to adjourn.
Come on, neighbor, please. All right. I want to thank everybody for coming out. It's a special meeting. I did miss movie night with my little one. I'll try to make best of letting him know we had legitimate borough business to take care of. At this time, the chair will entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting. Come on, give me a so moved. Meeting adjourned. Thank you so much, everyone.
I just keep telling me,